All right, we're back on the record in state of Texas versus Deline. Omar Allah Salvador, cause number 2024 CC 739396. All parties who were present prior to our recess are again present, to include Mr. Allah Salvador, to include our court interpreter. Ma'am, you're still under oath. And we are also back on YouTube Live to keep the proceedings public. And Mr. Hille, have you had sufficient time to go over the documents with the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for doing that. And Mr. Alas Salvador, do you have enough time to go over these documents with your attorney?
Sí.
All right, we're going to go back to share screen. We're going to go back to the court's admonishments. And it's a 2-page document here that I'm scrolling here for you. And did you go over this document with your attorney?
Sí.
Did you understand it?
Sí.
On page 2, I'm using my cursor to circle around electronic signatures. Is this yours? I'm going to get out of share screen. And sir, by signing the court's admonishments, you're telling me that you understand the court's admonishments and that you understand the rights that are contained within it. Is that true?
Sí.
And that you're going to give up those rights. Is that true?
Sí.
And the rights you're going to give up is the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that before you sign this?
Sí.
By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea and the sentencing range for the offense, which is anywhere up to a year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand that before you sign this?
Sí.
And I'll note that I'm scrolling through the packet. I also see the court's admonishments in Spanish, as well as the certification of appeal, which is also in Spanish as well. And I approve the waivers that are contained within the court's admonishments. I make them a part of the record. State, can you recite the plea bargain for me, please?
$0 fine, court costs, 37 days in the Bexar County Jail with credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask that this judgment be satisfied.
Mr. Hille, is that your understanding of the plea bargain?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Allah Salvador, is that your understanding of the plea bargain as well?
Sí, entiendo.
And sir, I'm not bound by the plea bargain. I do not have to follow it. Do you understand that?
Sí, entiendo.
But if I do follow the plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Sí, entiendo.
And that's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions were filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Entiendo.
Counsel, any such rulings in this case?
None.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, I will allow you to withdraw the plea and we'll proceed to trial as if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Pero sí, entiendo.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
No.
I have some questions for your attorney. I want you to listen to his answers, and I'll have some questions for you as well. Counsel, did you advise the defendant pleading no contest or guilty in the application of federal immigration law?
Up to including deportation. Yes.
And those possible consequences did include, of course, deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or the denial of naturalization.
Yes.
Do you believe that your client understands the immigration consequences of a plea?
Yes.
Do you believe that your client is entering this plea intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes.
Mr. Alas, did you hear the answers that your attorney just gave me?
Sí.
Do you affirm that your attorney advised you of the immigration consequences of a plea?
Sí.
Did you understand that advice?
Sí.
Do you make your upcoming plea intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Sí.
Is this because the plea that you're going to make, is it the truth?
Sí. Sí.
And do you make this plea because the plea bargain is fair and acceptable to you?
Sí.
Do you understand that deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or the denial of naturalization under federal law is a likely outcome of this plea?
Sí.
Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual, rational understanding of the charge pending against him?
Yes.
Do you believe he's been able to assist you in the defense?
Yes.
Do you believe that he's mentally competent to waive rights and enter a plea here today?
Yes.
Sir, to the offense that's listed on your information, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Culpable.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Sí.
Is there any other purpose as to why you are pleading guilty?
No.
Other than your plea bargain, did anyone promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
No.
Did anyone force you or coerce you to plead today?
Who are you
No.
missing?
After going over this case with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Sí. Pues sí.
Find that the plea is freely, intelligently, and voluntarily made, and that you're mentally competent to enter into such a plea, and I find you guilty, sir. Counsel, is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
No.
There being no legal reason, according to the agreement of the state, sir, I sentence you to 37 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's a $0 fine and court costs. The time and the money will run concurrent. If I haven't said yet, there's credit for time served, and then it'll be judgment satisfied. Sir, this is a plea bargain case. I follow the plea bargain, so you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. I'm making a certification of this for the record, and we'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. And State Defense, can you tell me the status of the discovery acknowledgement, please?
It's been sent and I believe Mr. Hilly already signed it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. And with that, is there anything else from me?
Muchas
Nothing
gracias.
else.
Nothing from the state.
All right, this matter is now concluded. Thank you, Mr. Alas Salvador. And I'm turning off YouTube.